I'm gonna ruin this for y'all. Y'all ready? First of all, this movie is from Gareth Edwards. He's the director. He's the guy who directed Godzilla 2014. Anybody remember this scene? There's Red. There's his wife in the door. Second, I want you to remember the front of his face. This snout, this ridge, his brow line, and the Muto. How it's got the big arms that it walks on and the two little ones on its chest. Look me dead in the face and tell me right now, that is not Godzilla's brow line, Godzilla's snout, the big stupid Muto arms with the tiny little T-Rex arms hanging from its chest. I get what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a failed attempt at like a T-Rex or something, and this is just the abomination that came out. But the second I saw this, knowing it was Gareth Edwards, I was like, bro, come on. Right? I'm not crazy, am I? I'm not saying they're being super derivative. It could just be an homage, and that's fine. I have a lot of thoughts on this. Boy, howdy. So here's why I've been excited for Jurassic World Rebirth. First off, Jurassic Park is a horror film in the Witness Protection Program. Most people don't think of it like that. We all went to see it as kids, but I was scared, to be honest, when I was at the cinema watching the T-Rex attack. Also, this is the writer, David Koepp. He wrote the first Jurassic Park movie, he wrote the second Jurassic Park movie, and he also wrote Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and that's something. And look, it was a chance to start over. Like, that's great. From someone who hated Jurassic World, that's music to my ears. Let's go back to Jurassic Park being scary. And so when I sat down for this trailer, I was like, oh boy, we're gonna get spooky, scary Dino Crisis on screen. Oh boy, I can't wait. So you can imagine why I'm going, there's a lot of colors here. Why do they keep making quips? So far, does this look like a horror movie to you? Y'all tell me. And there's a correct answer. The correct answer is no. I want to hope this is just an effect of the marketing team deciding that fast, loud, and funny is how we get butts in seats, so let's market it as an action-adventure film. Nothing that the director or the screenwriter have said in interviews matches the tone of this trailer to me. The whole tone is off. There's no horror here. What are we talking about? Don't go into the long grass. That is supposed to be the Titanosaurus. Do I have any Godzilla fans here in the chat? First of all, this movie is from Gareth Edwards. He's the director. He's the guy who directed Godzilla 2014. Maybe tinfoil hat here. Y'all think it's a coincidence? This is Titanosaurus in Terror of Mechagodzilla, and it's got this little frill over its head, or sail on its head. Completely unsolicited. Nobody asked for it. It's never been anything that I've seen. The Titanosaurus here has the same colored frill. I mean, maybe? Looks like we've gone back to they're on an island, and I'm cool with that. Like I said, I hated Jurassic World movies, so if they wanted to just flat out, the first 5 seconds of this movie, there's just a big middle finger that says, oh, remember how all those dinosaurs got out across the world and it was such a big deal, we made a whole movie about it? They all died off because they couldn't handle the ecosystem. Okay, I don't care. Is that rewarding for a viewer or a fan of Jurassic World? No. It is for me. I don't want to have to deal with that. I think that's stupid. I prefer the small scale stories anyway. This is a very colorful movie. Poor guy. He just looks tired after 10 years of battling over his Blade movie, doesn't he? Either we're getting hit with some fat retcons here. What we're looking at, this is a raptor in a test tube that has 2 heads. See? 1, 2. So they're saying this is the research facility for the original Jurassic Park. Yeah, but problem, that was already what Isla Sorna was established to be. You know, the island from Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3. So are we now introducing another island? There's 5. There's the Isla dos Muertos, whatever, like the 5 deaths. Hi, Kylo, you big sweet boy. Yeah, remember the whole scene of like, it's sitting still and then it turns its head? They said, this is how you make dinosaurs? No, this is how you play God. Like, we've already seen that. They have not said that this is Isla Sorna. So are we retconning and saying that, well, you know, Isla Sorna is where they finished them up, then sent them over to the main island for the theme park. But this island, this is where we really started. This is where we just tried to get it right. We couldn't even get a raptor with 1 head. Just seems unnecessary. I'm pretty sure they're going to adapt the river raft scene from the first book, if y'all have heard of that. Because David Koepp straight up said there was one scene in particular from the first novel that he didn't get to adapt that he wanted to. And I bet you that's it. Spino, baby, let's go. We got our more aquatic looking Spinosaurus here. That's great and all, but I really liked the Jurassic Park 3 Spino for all its hybrid glory. This bad boy, after the fact, it's been established that the Spino from Jurassic Park 3 is not just a Spinosaurus, an amalgamation of different dinos all in one. It's kind of a retcon, but who cares? It's all fun and games. It definitely looks like they took a Baryonyx, made it bigger, maybe mixed it with a Suchomimus, put a sail on its back, and called it a Spino. And you know what? I think we're cool with that. I think we're cool with that. Check that out. That's freaking sweet. And that's fine, because that actually fits perfectly in line with what Jurassic Park is. So they've scrapped that for these new Spinos, and they went straight for, let's make them as realistic as we think they should be. I just want them to acknowledge the JP3 Spino. Acknowledge why it looks different, please. We beg you. Have it show up again. Something. Come on. Like, don't just throw in a bunch of world lore accurate Spinos and pretend the JP3 one doesn't exist. This isn't Halo 4. Don't just change up the art style on us and not say anything about it. Come on now. I'm happy to see Spinos again. I just want to see our Spino again. This is where the trailer takes a shift, and this is what everyone's kind of talking about. There's a big monkey hand. It's not really a monkey hand. It just kind of looks like a monkey hand. This is something brand new, never seen before, and we'll get a clearer shot here in a second. There is that thing. This is what's got everybody up in a buzz. To the people complaining about this thick boy right here, it's a mutation, hybrid thing, whatever. Might I remind you that every single dinosaur in Jurassic Park is exactly that? None of them are real dinosaurs. From the very first instance, we know this. They straight up said in Jurassic Park 1 that there's gaps in DNA that they fill. They start changing their sex because of like frog DNA. Y'all ever read the first book? The T-Rex uses its tongue like a frog. In the T-Rex breakout scene that we all know and love, in the movie, they're just like, oh yeah, it's T-Rex. They can't see if you're not moving. In the book, he figures it out on the spot, and he says it must be like some different types of amphibians. There's a heavy implication that the T-Rex can only see movement because of a misstep or a mess up in its DNA gene splicing, not just as a trait of T-Rexes forever. Because then in the second book, someone's like, oh, hey, the T-Rex can't see us if we don't move, and then it gets eaten. They're like, no, you're an idiot. T-Rexes can see fine. Real world, they think T-Rexes had like eagle vision times 10. Anyway, all that to say, from the beginning, we have always had monsters that are not perfect dinos, and it makes perfect sense for there to be something that was just such a total screw up, but it's still alive. And I think this is cool. I think this is awesome. I want to see more of this, but here's what I said about Alien Romulus, and I want to apply that to this today. To me, the third act of this movie, I would compare it to, stick with me here, Jurassic Park. They go, hey, we're going to clone a human. In the context of the series and the canon of the series, that makes sense because they're working with gene splicing, they're cloning things. You know, if they're able to make a dinosaur out of broken DNA, imagine what they could do with fully intact DNA of a human, right? Makes sense. Do I want to see that in a Jurassic Park movie as a fan? No, I don't. Because Jurassic Park has put down its flag on the foundation of, we're here for dinosaurs, right? We're here for dinosaurs. There's a world of possibilities because of the science fiction, but we're here for dinosaurs. Alien Romulus does something. Okay, I think a happy middle, because they're not going for human clones here. This is a dino hybrid combo monstrosity. I think this perfectly lines up with what we have seen in the Jurassic franchise from the beginning. I don't want this to overshadow the dinosaurs, though. Don't make this the star of the show. The Indominus Rex had to grow on me over time. Now I like the Indominus Rex. Back when I first saw it, I hated it. Don't let this steal the spotlight from the dinosaurs, because let's not forget, in a science fiction world of cloning and making new animals, it was founded upon us going, dinosaurs are cool. So don't take that away from us. I'm very happy to see them going out a bit and being like, yo, we didn't always make good dinosaurs. Like, we kind of screwed up sometimes. This is what happens, and it's still here, and it's hungry. Don't make this thing Indominus 2.0. Don't make this thing what they're running from for the whole movie. Don't need a dinosaur being a hero or a companion or a lapdog to somebody. Like, they're animals. They think for themselves. Anyway, I look forward to seeing this. Two things that'll make me mad, as long as they don't do it. Don't overshadow the dinosaurs with the abomination thing or things. Maybe there's more. And don't make this a lighthearted action adventure romp. And this trailer kind of makes it look like it's gonna do those two things. I hope it doesn't. That's a cool T-Rex. I like that they're changing up the colors on some of the dino models. It's like a crocodile. It's like he's sunbathing. I think that's neat. Anyway, that's all I got for Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World Rebirth, excuse me. I would be perfectly happy to see them scrap everything about Jurassic World Dominion. Just scrap it, throw it away. Don't want it, not interested, and move on. I still have hopes. That trailer made me slightly less excited, but we'll see.